All right, all right, all right. Hey guys, Coach Curtis Phelan here. Day 4, 10x wealth. I want to share my notes. I hope it benefits all of you. Again, um, I am going through a 30-day program with Brad Sugars. He owns Action Coach, very successful, very wealthy man, and I'm going through his 30x wealth program. He has one on business and one on life, and pretty awesome stuff I'm learning. So I just wanted to share some quick notes with you and go as quickly as I can. It's Saturday, so I know a lot of you might need to come back and watch some of this. But day 4's worst. Oops, sorry. Let me share my screen here. And yeah, give me a second. Let me share my screen here. I'm going to share my notes here. Hope this is benefiting some of you guys. Please comment below if it is. Love to hear your input, insight, feedback, questions, anything like that. This is just to help share knowledge that I'm privileged to get. Pretty cool stuff. All right. So anyways, so day 4, let's get going. So right now we're focusing on, we're going to be learning strategies, techniques, things like that. This is kind of the setup the first few days. Right now it's getting into mindset and things like that. So we're looking at rich thinking versus poor thinking, right? We want to create generational wealth here. These are fundamentals. These are strategies that the wealthiest people on the planet use, implement, discipline themselves on, and master in their life. So I'm just sharing some stuff with you. Hope it helps. So we have rich thinking here versus poor thinking. So rich thinking is they save something out of every pay packet. So every time they get funds or income, they're saving, right? Versus spending all of each, of every time they get paid, right? Spending all their money. So it's like, employees that, sorry, someone's yelling next door. So instead of that person that spends all their paycheck over the weekend and then Monday they're broke, right? So they make sure that they invest and save and invest their money first. It's really not. It doesn't matter how much that you make. Just do it. Just do it. Whether it's, like I said, if it's 5% or 10%, preferably 20%, but build that muscle, even if it's just a little bit, just a little amount. Start that investment muscle, that savings muscle. Rich thinking, they minimize borrowing for items that will depreciate in value, like a car, preferably things others are paying for, like rental property. So they look for, like I said, creating assets that pay for their things like cars and houses, or they invest in real estate, buying real estate that is a rental property where somebody else is renting it and paying off, their loan and their mortgage and things like that. Versus must have it now and will borrow to get it, right? Two different mindsets here, if you can see the screen here. The other thing is they have a definite goal versus no goals or plans. Excuse me. Rich people, wealthy people, they work on their individual plan. They have a plan, they work it, versus blindly following the crowd, right? The other thing they do is they mix with successful money managers. They learn about wealth. They find and network with people that are great at managing money. Okay, surround yourself with a handful. What is it they say? Your net worth is the equivalent of the 5 people you hang around with. Well, that's because you want to find people that are great money managers that you can surround yourself with. Versus, people, most poor people, they mix with people that have similar problems to them, right? It's kind of a obvious thing. Wealthy people know that budgeting is a must. There's no questions about it. Versus hope next pay raise will solve all their problems. Okay, right? Makes sense. Wealthy people seek professional advice versus believes that they do not have or they don't need advice, right? They look for advice. They ask questions. They know that they need advice. They don't know everything, right? Versus somebody says, "Oh, I know that already." You don't want to say that. You always want to learn something. Don't just say, "Oh, I know that already," or "Oh, I don't need your advice." If obviously if that's somebody that's not wealthy, right? But you want to seek people that are wealthy and take their advice and learn and listen and ask questions. So right there, this next one, right? Keen to learn. Versus has no interest in gaining financial knowledge, right? The next one, invest in an item that gains value and throws off cash flow, right? So, wealthy people, they invest in things that gain value versus spend things on things that lose value. Again, cars, houses, things like that. They collect return on investment versus hourly wage or salary, right? wealthy people, they start to, obviously initially you have to, get a wage or a salary or something like that, right? But you want to start directing and guiding yourself towards, collecting, how do I create return on investment versus just looking for a wage or salary, or depending on my, my job to support, make me wealthy. That's not going to happen. One of the businesses that I've built is helping, business coaches and business owners. And um, it's crazy how many people are coming to us that have lost their jobs. They haven't had a paycheck in a year, very high level corporate people, you just can't rely on a business anymore, right? To support you, right? Like your own business, yeah, but other people's businesses, right? Um, that there's a really only one choice. I forget what I mentioned on that one for I'll come back to that one. So so they create wealth versus others' wealth. So they create their own wealth versus others' wealth, right? So that would be, again, a business owner or investor versus an employee. Again, it's like kind of like the rich dad, poor dad thing, right? They create their own wealth versus making other people wealthy, right? One of the reasons I, left Tony Robbins many, many years ago. Great learning lesson, awesome lesson, but you don't really grow financially as just sticking as an employee. You got to take the leap and start investing and growing your own business and things like that. Until you're making, so until you're making 100K a year, this one was huge for me. Until you're making 100K a year, don't learn to invest. If you haven't saved 100K, don't worry about learning how to invest. Worry about learning how to build a business. Increase your income, whether it's at a job, building your own business, doing some side hustle or whatever. Until you can save up that $100,000, don't worry about the investing. Once you get that $100,000 and build those relationships with advisors, people that are close to you, that work for a big organization that you trust, right, and that you like, that know what they're talking about when it comes to money. Learn how to make more money first, so that you can save up that 100K, and then use it to invest wisely. Of course, always ask a professional when it comes to that type of stuff. Now, so I think I went over that whole thing there. So wealthy people, they get time versus no time, right? They're buying time. That's what you do. It's kind of like, there's, I think I wrote it down here somewhere. It's like, I think I skipped over that. It's 10 to 20 hours a week versus 40 to 60 hours a week, right? If you think about it, most business owners, things like that, they're buying back, time. Their goal is to only invest 10 or 20 hours a week in their business and things like that, versus, how many more hours can I work? How many more shifts can I work? How many more jobs can I get? That just takes your time. It doesn't give you time. So you want to start thinking of ways that you can buy back time. Okay. Anyways, so where are we going here? All right. So investigate, start building your own wealth company. Oh, so this is the kind of like the homework, and this is where we started to get into this. So you want to investigate and start building your own wealth company. Okay. Now it sounds crazy. You're like, I'm not a business. I'm like, you got to look at you and your family as a wealth company if you want to be wealthy. So you want to create you want to get professional advice, of course, and you want to structure it properly, and you want to structure and create your own company or trust or whatever you decide to do with a professional. Again, ask a professional, but you want to ask them, call it your wealth company, your family name wealth company or whatever, and structure it properly, get, professional help, professional advice and help and support on this. But you want to create a business plan. What are you going to invest in? If it's going to be real estate, what's going to be your plan? What type of niche in the real estate? But whatever you're investing in or building, if it's going to be a business, what kind of businesses are we going to invest in? What kind of businesses are we going to create? And it's everything involved around that. It's like it's not like, it is a real business. You turn it into your wealth, your fortune business. Okay. And let me see if I'm missing anything here. And oh yeah, this one was cool. And I knew this, but it just, when you hear things again and again, it just starts to sink in sometimes, right? Or things pop up. So who's your first employee? You're like, I don't have employees. You are your first employee, right? So make yourself your first employee. One of the things you're going to do is your business should be paying for the car. So you have tax advantages and things like that, right? Your kids, they can be employees, okay, of your wealth company, okay? Your family, your husband, your wife, whatever, okay? Boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. So start to build that. Enough on that. I don't want to be too long today because it's Saturday, because I have a lot of notes here. You want to take advantage of this today. Start today. Start building that company. Start putting that plan together. Structure it. Create a bank account, a business bank account, right? Again, get professional advice on structuring all of this. Create a business plan. Build your rules around buying, investing, and selling. What, when are we going to buy this? If it's real estate or businesses, things like that. What are the rules around this? What are the rules about selling it? That types of stuff. Start creating this plan today. Let me see here. Oh, now we look at, you want to now start. So now that you're starting to build this Fortune Wealth company for yourself, right? Now, the next thing is you want to start plugging drains. Okay, you want to look at where you make a list, right? Where the top 5 places my money is just draining out of my life, right? Where are you losing, wasting money? Your whole family, start having them, where am I wasting money? Where am I spending money? I mean, if you truly want to create wealth, I know it's boring and it's tedious, but this is what they do. Okay, this is what wealthy people do. So you want to do that. Now, what are the drains in your business? What are your drains in your life? Examine your debts. What do you owe? What are your minimum payments? Look at all your credit cards, all your bills, all your little Netflix and stuff, everything. Know it all, have it all written out. When's everything going to be paid off? What's my good debt? What's my bad debt? Again, good debt is things that, bring money in. Bad debts, where money goes out. Okay. Now, I just went over the bank account, separate that from your, we talked about the last couple of days, creating a savings and investment account strictly for investing, right? Savings account and that. Now take advantage of, if you do have a job and you're an employee, try to take advantage of as many employee benefits as you can. If it's a Roth IRA or any of that type of stuff, again, get advice on wealth and money management from a professional. But, look for, what does your company have to offer, your employer for benefits, for tax advantages, things like that. Don't look at your home and say, hey, I want a boat, so let me take some equity out of my home and buy a boat. Don't do that. Okay, that's bad debt. Okay. So anyways, I'm losing track here where I'm at. Okay. What are you paying in cash versus credit cards, interest rates, all that stuff, points? Where are you getting, where you get the most points at? Know all your cards and everything. Where do I get points? Maximize them, use them. Don't go, get something and not use the advantages of your savings and points. Every little detail they look at and they know where this money is at all times. Manage it. I'll skip through some of this. Manage it, know it. You don't have to look at it every day. Monthly's a great, have kind of like a family meeting or business meeting, right? Or that type of stuff every month, where the board of directors, right, which is your family, right, is your board of directors, where you sit down once a month and you all look at this stuff, right, and talk about this stuff. This is how you create generational wealth. Okay, this is how you create if you see families where the children, their grandparents, their great grandparents were wealthy, this is what they did. They had to start somewhere, right? So if you don't have generational wealth in your family, start somewhere. Start here. You be that person that starts your bloodline's generational wealth, okay, by creating this. Anyway, so hopefully you can see some of these notes. It's kind of small, I know, sorry. But again, if you want to talk about this stuff, you have any questions, get with me. I'll share more. There's a lot more. I'm just sharing my little notes while we're going through this program. Yeah, so live below your means. We talked about that yesterday, I think the day before. Track it. Like I said, monthly. Use those apps or software that tracks all your spending. I used to use, it was really better. Well, what did I just do? Okay, I just jumped way down. I used to use this. I don't have it handy where I'm at now. It's at my other house. It was like a green. It's like a green. I wish I could show it to you. It's like a green. You can buy. I bought it at like Office Depot, Office Max, or something like that. But every day you can track your all your expenses, everything. It's just like it's to track your business expenses, things like that. But I use it for my life, and I'm telling you, it's the best time I ever managed my money. Bottom line, you want to become a great money manager. You got to learn to be a money manager, manage your own money. It's one of the things that, my original mentor, Tony Robbins, told me to do is, you don't let someone else take control of your family, your money, or your health. You got to manage that. You got to have self-discipline and take advantage of this. Okay. Let me get through a few more here. Uh, you got to decide, you got to save, and then you got to invest. Okay. Start saving that 10 or 20%. Uh, Start by cutting costs. Start there. Maybe you can't increase your income right now. You're already working 2, 3 jobs. Start just looking at where can I, cut $1 here, $5 there, $10 there. It'll add up. These little things that you can find, these drains where your money's going out, habits, behaviors, patterns. You got to take control of those and then start there and start using that money. Then what you want to do after you've done all this stuff, okay? What's this one say? Yeah. So I was looking, I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. This one's really important. So now the next thing you want to do, once you've got all this handled, I'm not handled, but once you have this all laid out and you've got it written down, you know where all your money is, where it's going, where it's not going, all these other things. Okay. You want to create an emergency fund. Okay. An emergency fund is 3 months of your expenses. Okay. Costs. All right. So this would be a separate bank account, and you save 3 months expenses for an emergency fund. So basically what you do is you look at now some months, why does it jump like that? That's weird. But some months, you spend more than others because, or, maybe there's like one fee every year that you pay, or, maybe certain times of the year, your electric bills. So you want to take start tracking your expenses every month, or try to figure it out, look at your bills and everything, and figure out, okay, this is what I spend annually. Now keep in mind, we got to get rid of a lot of stuff that we spend money on a lot of times, but look at, okay, for me to live and pay all my bills and all that, just to make sure that me and my family are safe and we pay our bills and cost of living and food and all that stuff. Car insurance, everything you need. Okay. The fundamentals. Okay. The basics that you need. Set 3 months of that aside. So what you do is you take the whole years and you analyze it, you annualize it, you average it out, right? So that you have a set monthly amount that throughout the year it averages to the whole monthly year expense, right? That makes sense. So now what you do is you're gonna say, okay, let's say I think I used a very nominal amount here. I think it was 24,000. It's getting blurry. That's weird. Why does this do this? Okay. Anyways, so I'm trying to find. Yeah. So if that's $24,000 a year, I know that's low. That would annualized, that would be $24,000 a month, right? Now, what you want to do is now you take that $2,000 a month and you put it, 3 months worth of that into an account, right? And no one ever touches it. That's an emergency fund. Okay. Now, what you do now, if you have extra money, right? You budget that. Okay. You say, okay, I have expense money or going out money, or between movies and going out and doing fun stuff. If you have that, right? If you're fortunate enough to have that, then what you do is you put that on a separate card, or you get the cash, whatever you're going to do. Put the cash in your pocket, and when it's gone, it's gone. That's it. You don't look for any more. That's your fund. That stuff's gone. Okay. Or you put it on a card that you use that has no attachment, just has the that budget for that month for fund account or whatever you're going to have. Okay. So anyways, it got really blurry. That's weird. I don't know why I did that. Let me try this. There we go. I think I shrunk it too small. There we go. Okay. Anyways, see, you don't have to be a genius to learn this stuff, right? So anyways, you're going to learn all the fun stuff. I'll be sharing and teaching you all the things we're going to be learning on multiple streams of income, compound interest, the 80-20 rule, all this stuff, right? But if you don't master these fundamentals, you'll never create wealth. So you won't be able to take advantage of all that fun stuff once we get there. So that's why, he's going over all these basic fundamental things that you have to take control of and create. I mean, you got to invest the time. So the homework is do all those things that I just went over. It's tedious. It might take you a week, but do it, right? Create that account. Start figuring out how you're going to create that emergency account and all of these other things, right? Create your business plan and structure your wealth company for you and your family, right? Your family's legacy, and do all that stuff. Now, who's on the board of your wealth company? I already went over that with you guys. I kind of skipped around here a little bit, but that's your whole family, right? Small fundamental steps, right? Inch by inch, it's a cinch. That's what I mean. It's the boring, tedious stuff that makes you wealthy. Okay. And then all the other fun investing stuff and compounding interest and all that's, frosting on the cake. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm gonna go. It's Saturday. I actually have to stretch my legs. So I've been sitting here through the training, and my legs are getting stiff. So I got to get up and walk around, get some fresh air and sun out there, and enjoy this weather. I know a lot of you are probably really cold up there. It's even kind of cold here in Florida for us. You know, it's usually 80, 90 degrees here, and it's half that. So, anyways, I know, boohoo, poor me, right? You guys are like, screw you. I know my family up in Boston. Actually, some of my family's down here on the other coast, and they're so happy because it was like 13 degrees, I think, last night, and with a 40 below wind chill. Anyways, thanks, guys, for watching. If you like this, please like or comment or share. And I really appreciate your time. And take care. Have a blessed day.